Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. It has been a long time. I actually have recorded a couple videos before I went into labor. I never ended up uploading them. I thought I might have time, but did not. So I'm just gonna skip those and just get right into it. Today I'm going to just bring you a what sold over the weekend video. I have probably only actually took a few days off while I was in the hospital and things were still selling. So fortunately, this is the kind of job where you can still make money, have a C-section, give birth, whole 9 yards. But yeah, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to just show you my little guy. Here we go. There's my little guy right there, just chilling, and it is nap time. So yeah, let's get into the video, of what sold over the weekend this weekend. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to be going over my sales. I have probably been working maybe like 2 hours a day since the baby was born, and that just mostly is like shipping, listing, and then uploading on Vendoo, and then cross-posting when I can. So these prices that I'm going to be showing you are not necessarily the prices that sold for, just because I sold them on different platforms and I'm only showing you on eBay, but I will tell you what I sold it for minus the shipping. So the first thing right here was a lucite brooch, and this sold on Facebook Marketplace for $12.99, and I paid $3.42 of shipping. These were like dried flowers, and I was surprised that this sold so quickly. I just listed it. So one of my tricks is that when I'm not feeling like listing anything, I just sit down and take pictures of brooches and earrings, and though that can get listed very, very quickly and easily, and I can just sit there and do very minimal cleaning. Next thing is this gotcha belt. It was like a woven leather belt. You can probably hear little baby in the background. Let me try to get his pacifier. It's mom life. And I had picked this up at the regular Goodwill store not too long ago, and this sold for $22.99 on eBay. Here is a vintage Anne Klein belt. This sold on eBay for a full price of $24.99, and the buyer paid shipping. And vintage Anne Klein belts do really well for me, and I do price them kind of high. So this one did sell. These I picked up very recently as well, maybe just before I went to the hospital. Listed these, and these sold for $35, and the buyer paid shipping. I had multiple offers on Mercari, and I kept trying to accept, and the buyer had problem with payment, and in the meanwhile, someone paid on eBay. So that was nice because I got more money than what was being offered on Mercari. Here is just some Lucky Brand shoes. These sold for $25, free shipping, so I paid $8.04. I believe these were a bins purchase, I believe, and they probably weigh like 12 ounces put together, 12 to 14 ounces. So yeah, very cheap. Then here are some aerosols. Oh, I've been selling aerosol shoes like crazy. Like I just packed up 2 more today, and like yesterday I packed up 2 more, and I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, aerosols is not necessarily a brand to like look out for, but I always pick it up because they seem to be in good shape and they're always at the bins. And right now they're like selling. So these sold for $26, and I paid $8.75 shipping. Here are some Clark's boots. These had some damage. You can let's see if you can see. Just right there at that heel, there's some damage, but it did have a stretch back panel, so that was nice. So I priced these lower than I probably would have for Clark's boots, and these sold for $19.99 and the buyer paid shipping. Here's some Cole Haan 0 Grand, my husband's favorite shoe. These were a women's, and they sold on eBay for $29.99 and the buyer paid shipping for those. This was on my eBay and other platform stores forever. So I usually just pick up belts if they're leather and they have a brand name from the bins no matter what. And for some reason, this one sat forever and I took a best offer of $8, and that's fine by me because I probably paid less than 25 cents for this belt. It was kind of like a skinny belt. And yeah, I feel like it's been in my store for over a year and a half. So that is now gone. Here's another pair of shoes that have been in my store forever. There was nothing really wrong with them, but some things just sit, and these also sold for $26 and I paid $8.75 shipping, the padded flat rate. These were some Paul Green shoes, and they sold for $20. And they were really pretty, and they were Paul Green, but because they were patent leather on the inside, and I can't really show you, but on the inside of the patent leather, I guess the inner patent leather part had some dark staining, and that sometimes happens with the bottom of jeans or pants, or I don't even know what, but patent leather can get stained and you can't fix it, so I had to disclose that and price it lower, but they still sold for $20 and the buyer paid shipping. These were some Sam Edelman ankle booties with fringe, and the buyer paid shipping on those, $29.99, and these were also a sale on eBay. This necklace, I might have made a mistake on, but oh well. This was by a brand called Crements, and a lot of this brand is actually like legit gold, not necessarily gold tone, but like 14 karat. And I had put it in my pile, like I took pictures and then I believe I listed it at the hospital just to have something to list. And then I put in my pile to test just to make sure, and it sold before I even tested it. So whatever, it didn't have any markings, but it could have been something, but I didn't test it. So it took me forever to find it because I forgot I put it in the testing pile. So this sold for $11.50 and then $4, or I'm sorry, yeah, $11.50 and the buyer paid shipping. This is a tie clip that I believe I just got in a lot of men's accessories, and this sold for $30. I did pay shipping. I believe that those are diamonds. The other listings that I saw, that was the same thing. Those stones were diamonds. So this did sell for $30 and I paid $3.42 shipping. Here's another aerosol flat. This sold for $29.88 with free shipping, so I paid $8.75 for that. Another eBay sale, which was interesting. I'm surprised that this sold on eBay because this brand new was selling for less than what I had listed it for. But yes, so this sold for $19.99. It was genuine leather. That's the logo right there. How I figured out that it was Equine Couture is I took a picture of the logo on Google, not Google Photos. What is it? Where you take a picture. You know what I mean. Take a picture and then it shows you on web results what the logo is, and that came up. priced it high because I thought it was cool and genuine leather, and it did sell. So yeah, $19.99 with free shipping, or I'm sorry, buyer paid shipping. And I believe this was a bins find, I believe. More aerosols. These sold for $14.99, and the buyer paid shipping. Just a simple classic black lower heel. Yeah. This did not sell for the $39.99 that is listed here. It actually only sold for $16 on Poshmark. And this was a bins find. It was attached to a really crummy, skinny belt that I ended up throwing away and keeping this buckle. And yeah, I did take a best offer on that. So, I'm sorry. My profit was $16. I believe it probably then sold for $20 after Poshmark fees. So yeah, I made $16 on that. Then here's another pair. So these also sold on Poshmark. These were some Lane Bryant boots, and they had plenty of watches, and these have been up since, I believe, late last winter. And I was really surprised that they didn't sell. So I ended up one day, probably like a few days ago, just looking at them and looking at some of the listings that I think should have sold already but haven't. And you can do this thing where you can go on your listing and you can copy. Let's see if I can show you actually. So what you can do is you can edit, and then you can go into copy listing. Well, I already just did this. So you can copy listing, and then it will come up here and it will say copyright and the title, and you just erase the copy, you delete your original listing, and then you would post this, then delete your original listing. And so that will show up at the beginning of a lot of searches as like a brand new listing. And so I did that with these Lane Bryant boots, and they sold the same day. So yeah, now I think I'm going to be doing that more often. And so my profit on these were $29.70. Here is a Ann Taylor belt that sold on Poshmark, and my profit was $12. This I got at the bins, and it was like faux leather, and I just listed it, and it sold quickly. These boots, I had a profit of $31.20. These sold on Poshmark, and they have been listed forever. This is a pickup that I had sourced from ThredUp during quarantine. So when all the Goodwill businesses and thrift stores were all closed during quarantine, I didn't know where to source, and so it was really difficult to get like ThredUp rescue boxes or Goodwill boxes. So I just went on to ThredUp, and anything that was like on sale and something remotely close to something I would spend like $12. I probably paid $12 for these boots, honestly. And so I just sourced on ThredUp, and these have been sitting, and I'm really surprised because they're really cool, and I thought that they would sell faster, really great quality. But I mean, I did make profit, and they are sold, and they're really cool. So that was something I did while we're all not able to leave our homes, and they finally sold. Here is a regular Goodwill pickup. This I picked up for $3 very recently, maybe even after baby. This is actually a Walt Disney World hat, and that's why I picked it up. Squeeze the Day, and this little bird is called Orange Bird, and this is no longer sold, so I did pick it up, and it sold for $26.70 on Mercari, and then I paid $3.88 for shipping. These I listed and they sold probably next day. These were some Clarks that sold on Mercari, so it was $20.60 was the profit minus the $8.75 that I paid in shipping, but these were a bins pickup as well. This belt, I had some damage, so it was sitting for a while, but this was like a three row studded, like a punk rocker belt. And I see these a lot, but not leather. They're usually like that faux leather and falling apart and really crusty and worn to death. So, but there was a flaw with this. One of the studs, and I can't really show you, but one of the studs was missing, but it really wasn't like that noticeable. But I had to disclose that as well, and it finally sold. I picked it up for $1, and it sold for, I believe Mercari as well. Profit was $15.38 minus $3.99 for shipping. And then my last sale was a quick, as I was shipping or packing things up, these boots sold, I believe, next day. This was like at the bottom of my death pile, I guess, my death pile bins, and things I kind of don't want to list, but I will. And so these I listed, and then they sold on eBay for $28, and the buyer paid shipping, so my profit was $28. So all in all, I made over the weekend $504.31. So, that's really great for being able to do some homeschooling with my kids and taking care of a newborn. And sorry, we have been really fortunate that my church has put together a meal train for us, so I get to relax a lot of evenings and not cook anything. And so I'm going to give you an update shortly on our little baby. So update on little baby is I did have a scheduled C-section, and they thought that he was going to be over 11 pounds, 11 ounces because they measure his head and his belly, and then they guess where he's going to be at. Obviously, he has a very big head, and his belly is really long, and Daddy has a very long torso. So he actually, when he came out, he was only 9 pounds 13 ounces, which is still really big, and he was born exactly at 38 weeks, so he was 2 weeks early. And if we would have let him sit for longer, he would have definitely been over 10 pounds. And he did have to go to the NICU for about 2.5 days, which was hard, because his blood sugars were kind of crazy, because I most likely had gestational diabetes. His breathing was kind of not so great, so he had to have oxygen for a while. And then they have to monitor his kidney. So the update on that is that we're having another ultrasound in January for that, and talking about surgery for his kidney. But other than that, he is sleeping and eating and pooping and peeing really, really good. He is my easiest baby so far, and that's probably because we started supplementing right off the bat in NICU in order to get his blood sugar stable. They were just like, we're starting to supplement, and you need to breastfeed shorter, and we're going to supplement so that he's not using all of his energy being awake and breastfeeding. So That actually has made things a lot easier because then he gets full and tired and relaxed, and he's growing really well, and yeah, that's really great. So there he is. He's finally here. He is 3 weeks now, and he is so sweet and cute, and he is the boy bookend to our family. And yeah, it's just really nice to be able to enjoy this time. And I really, really do enjoy this time. I know that a lot of moms don't get to enjoy this time of their lives because it feels stressful to balance work and kids and life and hobbies and social and meals and everything. But I fortunately not only have the temperament of kind of being a loner, but also being able to work from home has made it much less stressful, like financially, and to be able to dedicate to my kids. So yeah, so that's our update, I guess. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, share. I haven't even looked at the subscriber count yet, but I know it's going up. I think it might be over 100 or at 100 subscribers, so woohoo! And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.